Hello everyone! Welcome back to Fantasy Driven. I'm your resident Dungeon Master, and these are my lovely friends. We are currently playing my homebrew campaign, The Blaze Mother's Call. Our party finds themselves in the Dusty Dragon, a decent place to get some food and to rest up for the journey ahead. The Dusty Dragon is sparsely decorated, white curtains covered in deep-seated browns and oddly fresh red stains. The floor is a hideous cross patch of scratches from dragging furniture and feet across the hardwood floor. As the party was winding down from the day of exploring the town of Bellsheer, the owner suddenly asked them rather forcefully to please go to their rooms, even resorting to shoving Lirio, I believe. Unfortunately, he was too late because soon after, a rather angry Furbolg druid barged in the door, surrounded by a summoned posse of redcaps. These small fae, known and named for their rather large and comical red caps, grisly attitudes, and a thirst for murder, usually wielding a scythe of some kind and giant iron boots on both feet. Together, the group of the druid and the redcaps demand the owner to pay them what they are due. Looking around the room, the owner's eyes glaze over the gnome cartographer Fultus Tazzletail, and they land on the likes of you lot, his eyes desperately calling for help. As the impatient druid has his redcaps fill the interior, we begin this session of Fantasy Driven. Thank you, all of you, for joining us. Those of you who are new, those of you who have watched up till now. It really means a lot, and it really helps. If you will leave a like and a comment below on whatever medium you're watching us on, it all helps. Thank you all so much for what you do for us. And with all that out of the way, Lirio, Claude, Vex, Corvid, what would you like to do?
So, how many death caps are we talking about?
There are currently 6 red caps filling the room.
Are they big?
No, they're small sized, each one of them with a wicked scythe. One of them approaches the piano that lays up against the corner of the room, slams his scythe against a couple of the keys, pulling them out with it as it sits down. Faye and their love of music starts to play a haunting note on the now ruined piano. One of them takes a giant leap and lands on top of a stuffed bronze dragon head that sits upon the wall. The others seem to fill the space as best they can to prevent the owner from fleeing. The druid himself stands by the door, a quarterstaff in one hand, as he looks over to you all, tapping his foot impatiently. Well, are you going to pay up, Olgo, rather. The owner turns to you all. Please, help me. This druid keeps demanding money from me. Since you know about it, if you can.
Much? How much?
400 gold.
Ew.
Why is he demanding money again?
I don't think we have time to explain that now.
Okay.
I don't think we have time to explain that now.
Maybe just looks at Vex and Claude and he casts message. So, violence? Yes or no?
At this point, Corvus is still inside the room dealing with coin and is getting close to opening the door after dealing with it.
Do you two think?
Coin being the small puppy they rescued a while back.
Sorry, what did you message us?
Violence? Yes or no?
Well, I don't like extortion, and that's what this sounds like. So my vote is yes.
Silently He nods and goes to stand in front of the owner and kind of crosses his arms as he faces the druid.
Vex will also stand beside Claude, but he has brought his uh trident out.
The druid, as he watched you stand in front of the owner of the Dusty Dragon, kind of leans on his staff and gives a small chuckle. So, what is it you think you're going to do here? That man owes us money. He borrowed it and took it from our forests. He owes us. You're getting
You
in the
just look
way
at the
of what
guy.
is rightful and good. Stand aside.
Do you
You're
really think
threatening
it's
a man.
necessary to bring these lots of red caps just as command for money? Because I don't think whatever you're doing is quite peaceful or worth enough to bring a bunch of creatures who probably have murder on their eyes.
I don't have to explain myself to you. Actually, the druid Furbolg, kind of stands up after removing himself from his staff, slams it on the ground once. So it's true, there is another Furbolg in town. But, you don't look like a tribe member.
I'm sorry, a what now?
A tribe member. But, given that horn of yours, I'd say, who cares what I have to say? I'll tell you what. I'll give you each 30 gold. And you stand aside. This is more
So that
about
we
teaching Olgo and the rest of this town a lesson. You
And
don't
what would
rip
that
off the
lesson
forest. You don't rip off the forest. You borrow from us, you take our goods. You pay it back tenfold. Or you pay with your blood. Either way, the trees will grow.
So if we move away, you're gonna kill the guy. Is that what I'm getting at?
If he doesn't have the money, he's
How-
4 months past due.
Oh.
Now surely you see that the law of both nature and the land is on our side.
The thing about
I'm gonna-
laws is they only benefit those who make them. Rarely does it benefit those who are subject to them. You will not harm this man. He will give you the money he owes you, but you needn't spill his blood nor threaten people who had nothing to do with this before you barged in.
Well. Alright then. Kill them all!
Wait. Before anything, I'm gonna try something probably stupid. Let's see if this works. Lero looks at the Fearbolt and he shakes a bit. And then on his back, he holds his lyre and starts strumming some strings. Look, before we go to any combat and probably someone here gets hurt beyond healing or bringing back and something that I don't want to, why don't you and me we have that talk, because apparently Fearbolgs here have something to talk and on. Please, just let's talk first, and whatever I have to do, we do it later. And with that, I cast suggestion.
Okay. I have to make what kind of save?
You have to do wisdom and disadvantage, please, because of the liar.
Alright. As a druid, I have fucking bonkers wisdom.
I know, I just wanted to try.
Alright, at disadvantage.
I'm scared.
The druid looks up Fine. Let's take a seat, shall we?
Just give me
The
a second as I light out a beer. Oh my god. That was
The-
wrong.
the druid walks over to the first table, snaps his fingers, and the red caps retreat towards the door, standing beside him as he sits down. Olgo, get us some Brevian port, all right? And don't skimp. Come, take a seat. Your name was.
My name is Lydio, sir.
Pendor Garland. I'm a ally of the forest near here, and a lender of sorts. Please.
Before I take a seat, I take a gaze at both Vex and Claude and message them. Whatever you have to do, you got time, but don't do something stupid. And then he goes and sits across the table.
Olgo hurries behind the counter, brings a pair of glasses, and brings some Brevian port wine. This stuff is fairly expensive. Lyria may know what it is if you want to make a history check on it. Otherwise, he just sets the glasses down and pours both.
I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll. Let's see what this goes. History?
Yeah.
Okay, history to identify booze as someone who almost doesn't drink. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
What did you roll?
Hang on. I'm gonna roll it right now. I got a tree!
Oh.
He's not smart. He's wise. He's not smart.
Yeah, you got no idea where this stuff comes from. Only that it smells lightly of crushed grasses of some kind, and almost it's sweet but not too sweet.
I see. Lyra for now is not gonna drink, but yeah,
Okay.
he's looking at the guy.
Pendor, now named, sits down, was already sitting down. Grabs the glass, swirls it around a bit. I knew you kept the good shit behind the counter, Olgo. You don't go running off. You sit in that chair, and we'll get to your debt in a minute. Now, did you tell me your name already?
I did. It's Lydio.
Lirio, right. So, Lirio, what
Well,
you wouldn't have
You-
called. You obviously have something on your mind. An accord
Yes.
you want to strike. Perhaps we can
Um,
do this without bloodshed.
that would be preferable, but I might be selfish to ask something that might be lost if bloodshed comes and any of us stand up dead, but the way you spoke, it appears you've seen another horned furball before. Would that assumption be too preposterous?
Yeah. Never seen one like you before. But, that black coat of yours, that ain't from any tribe, at least not here within the White Spire.
Oh, so there are more here? More tribes?
A few. Yeah, they're around. Mostly they like to stick towards Fayberry and the Delta Fiore. Most of them you'll find in Corlas, but as you know, that's closer to Mayella than it is to here.
I see. So furbolgs are, depending on the tribe, it's a different color then?
Give or take. There's some carryover.
Well, how how did this guy get this funding, like 400 gold? Like, what was your reasoning to trust him and do this and expect something different? Did he have any
He, uh,
regulations for that?
he took something from the forest, something that wasn't his.
Huh.
And now he has to pay the debt. And soon.
Well, you know, we just arrived in this city and we've been through a lot, and well, we are quite skilled in combat, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I would hate to probably bring any injury to probably a fellow patriot that could bring more information about my own culture, so. And then he points at the gnome dude at the corner. So, we ran into that guy a couple of hours
so-
later.
Speaking of your gnome friend, Fulstus Tazzletail, he is currently not on the table, but is cowering underneath it.
Oh, why would you look at that? He's scared. I thought he was the grandiose gnome who didn't fear anything and didn't let anyone talk down to him. A shame.
That
but-
was before he brought murderous Fae. Now I am Fulstus Tazzletail, the coward. But that doesn't leave this room.
Lyric gives a laugh. I wish I had a recorder for this, but how about this? That man, before he came here, he offered us a job and he would pay a lot of coin for a simple job. So how about you deal with us instead of the man? So what if we do this? We get the money, probably until today, or whatever, 2 days at most, because I don't believe the work would be too hard. And we pay half of the money at least for you already in the last time noticed, and then in exchange, you leave the man at least, give him some time or pay the rest, and you give us more information in return. At least I believe that would bring you more income in less time, because I don't believe the man has exactly enough money to pay you right now. And if you killed him, I don't think we'd be able to pay you.
Make a persuasion check.
May I give bardic inspiration?
No, no.
Heck! I'm scared, okay. Hang on. Okay, persuasion. Let's see how well that goes. Man, it's been a while since I was a dealer here, but okay. Heck! That's an 11!
I'll tell you what. We'll make a deal, since you're so willing to take on Olgo's debt. But if you're gonna do this, I want something special. Something that he took from us.
Namely?
Something that, if we don't get back soon, it may cause a ripple effect all across the White Spire region.
I see. But before you say what it is, I want to know, can it be replaced or bought or gathered in any other place? Or is it unique?
It's pretty unique. It only grows on one island.
The moment he says island, there's just perk up like, oh. Continue.
But first, I need to know if you're strong enough to get it. So you're gonna do a little job for us before the actual job.
Let's be
Sort of
blunt
a
and-
trial
Oh? Let's
to
be
see if
blunt
you
and
actually
direct. Sorry.
to see if you actually can attain what we need.
To be direct and blunt, does it involve murder of any innocent?
Nope.
Oh, that's something. Please continue.
Alright. I've heard tell of a cult of dragon worshippers somewhere in the forest. They've been
What?
dragon worshippers.
Oh.
They been killing deer and stringing their innards up on trees.
Hmm.
We would like them dealt with. The
I
manner of
see.
how you do it's up to you.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
What kind of deer?
The real pretty ones, the one with long horns and odd engravings on their side. They've
Those are
also
the
been known.
ones.
They've also been known to attack travelers on the road and sacrifice them too to whatever their dragon god is.
Ew.
Are those the deer that Claude is familiar with?
Make me a history check.
Alright.
Good luck.
Not a D29. My history is 8+3. Yeah, this dice spot chooses violence. It's
I
a
wasted a
six.
luck with that natural 20. I'm
Uh,
sorry.
So with the 6, there are some faint correlations between the deer that you know and the deer that he's talking about, but in the heat of the moment, you do not remember it. No.
I see. So, from what I'm getting, this is a test for them to later give you info if we're strong enough to deal with the actual problem. Is that it?
Yeah. What we need is a certain route. And unfortunately, it's been stolen. Well, not stolen. Olgo took it and sold it. A real right spiteful bastard.
I see.
But they used the money to buy this place. Good investment, eh, Olgo? Olgo turns around and just fucking does not look towards the druid at all. So what do you say? You deal with a ravenous cult in the hills? And even, you know what? As a show of good faith, I'll even pay you 25 gold each. 10 now, 15 more when you finish.
I think it won't be that much trouble to take care of some murderous cultists.
I would like to mention there's a fourth one of us, and he's probably in another room just to make you aware. We're a party of 4 at this moment.
Alright. Why don't you
So-
gather your 4th party member?
Lyria looks at Vex.
It just happens to be right then that, like, Beep kind of walks out of the room and he's shoving the puppy back in the room, like, no, stay. And just bapping him until finally he closes the door, looks up, and he's like, oh, there's important stuff going on.
So,
oh, no.
Corvus, as you exit your room, you notice that there are a bunch of small gnome-looking creatures with twisted features, giant red caps, and metal boots. All of them standing on chairs or tables. One of them is standing directly above you, kind of smiling and glaring at you. And everyone else in the room turns their eyes to you as you've just made noise in otherwise tense atmosphere.
Corvus slowly starts backing back towards the door, like, I'm just gonna.
It's okay for now, Corvus. It's alright. And also, Lyria's gonna call Coin. Come on here, boy.
You hear some whining from behind the door as Corvus had locked him in.
Oh. Well, we're gonna have to deal with that later, but, so the terms of this deal would be, we go and do the small job first to prove ourselves, and then in exchange, you give us the money to then go into this further quest. And all the while, this man stays with his life for the time being as we solve the rest later. Is that what we're getting at?
Yep. Now, do you really want to go to such lengths for Olgo?
To be honest, not much because of him, but for you piqued my interest. And besides, you're a person of interest. Would be more worth to gain your trust and information than to make enemies with you, which would be something we'd hate. Besides, I just found another fear book. I would hate to kill you.
No. It wouldn't be me dying, sweetheart.
Death is only temporary. Kill me once, I might come back to haunt you later, but alas. Where's the location of this job you need to be done?
It's to the plains, just north of Bellsheer. Look for a crag between a pair of hills. They've been making their home there. There's a camp of about 30 cultists last I checked. Mostly humanoid, couple of kobolds running here and there.
So, how will you keep track of our progress? Like what? If we do with the cultists, who do we go to talk? Like we bring them back here? Do we bring some informant? What is it?
You choose to deal with them however way you like. Come back and tell Olgo. I'll have one of my agents scope the area and make sure it's clear, and you'll get your payment after that.
Fair enough. Is there a specific time limit you want this to happen? Because I offered one for another offer, but I don't know what you have in mind.
End of the month. You got 16 days.
Just for the test, and then after we go after the route, or is this the total time?
Just for the test.
Well then. I guess we have a deal then, my good man. And he extends his hand.
Pendor spits in his hand and sticks it out and grabs yours. Looks like we got a deal then.
But as I think the requirement of this will have been gone, he's no longer charmed.
Yeah.
But very well then.
Yeah, he was never charmed.
Oh god. Well, at least I'm glad it worked. But what time of the day is at this point? Noon?
No, it's like 9 o'clock at night.
Oh, okay. Leo looks at him. If you wouldn't mind, would you allow us to rest for the night as we arrive off travel and we grab some stuff before we leave?
However you deal with it's up to you.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Just tell Olgo after 16 days and I'll be back here.
Alright.
Or whenever you finish. You know where to find me, right, Olgo? Yeah, I do. Alright, good. I'll see you all later. And he stands up, slamming his staff against the table. Snaps his fingers, the red caps disappear. And the druid walks into the night air.
Lyra just slowly stares at the halfling. Did you really think that was a wise investment?
By halfling, do you mean Claude or Olgo?
Olgo.
Olgo breathed heavily. I didn't know he would track me down so easily.
I mean, you're literally in a city and you're one of very frequented inns, so I guess it's easy to find where you are, buddy. But, Lyra looks back at both Claude and Vex, and he gives a little sigh. I can't believe that worked. But, yeah. I guess we got ourselves into, and to be honest, I did this more because I was curious about the guy. He has information, and I don't think I regarded your concerns and opinions much, so I am sorry for that. I really am.
Well, it gets rid of people who are killing innocents. More importantly, though, he's gonna turn to Olgo. Did you truly steal from Furbold? From a tribe in the forest?
Olgo will stare down a little bit. Yeah, I did. I didn't know it was stealing when I did it. I just saw a pretty root hanging on the counter and thought it'd be worth some money, so I took it.
Lyra just face palms. To be honest, if you say it like that, I think they're also at fault
On
to
a-
leave it like that in the open.
Can I
On an
incite
encounter.
that?
You saw a root on a counter, and you took it.
It was shining like the noonday sun. It was one of those magical ingredients for alchemy. I knew it had to be. Figured I'd sell it to a wizard, make a couple coins, and make a couple crowns, and
Which wizard?
I didn't end up selling it to a wizard.
Do you know his name?
No, I didn't sell it to a wizard. I sold it to a band of trolls. Said they needed it real bad when they encountered me. Said they
Did they say they had a boss?
no.
There's good
Claude shuffles over to the counter, and can he reach like the top of the counter, or is it for like medium-sized creatures?
Yeah, yeah. There's a part where it's for halflings and a part where it's for medium humanoids. Actually, behind the counter, you can see that there is a set of stairs that lead up, so Olgo can provide service all the way through the bar.
So he walks up to the counter and he just kind of reaches across and grabs whatever he can and just. So I found this on your counter. Does that mean that I can take it just because I find it shiny and intriguing?
Corvus kind of looks over and nods a little bit.
I know it was wrong. I was in a tough spot.
Corvus kind of
Isn't-
steps
You're
over a
not
little
worse
bit
now,
more.
buddy.
Corvus kind of steps over a little bit more, and he's like, "But it was shining."
Corvus, do you take often shiny things from anywhere you find them?
Anywhere I find them.
Oh god, we've got a kleptomaniac here. Good to know, at least I can keep my eyes on you.
Claude sighs and sets down whatever he had picked up and looks at Olgo. Everybody is in a hard spot at some time or another. That doesn't make theft acceptable.
Look, morals get pretty shaky when starvation's on the table.
Hang on, you get money if that was the case, then why don't you ask money to then buy food or something else that might not be as expensive to cause this much damage to probably your life and more to come?
Look, if it was so simple, I'd have solved it. I have a wife, and we just lost her house. I'm not gonna let my wife starve because I'm an idiot. Look, I know I've wronged, I've made mistakes. And if you don't want to help me, you don't have to. Just
We already got the
I'll
job.
just go chase down Pandora and have him cut me down in the streets. But you do.
Lil He walks over to the dude and then he kneels down to try to look him closer and not be that tall, but look. This could have ended easily with you dying and your wife probably being on debt or even worse with you gone. I hope you know that, but look. I like to help people, but usually I don't want to get myself involved into things, so I hope you know that most of the reason I did this was because I wanted to get in good terms with that dude. But I will help you as it's pretty much mixing both pleasant to useful, because we're gonna help you regardless, because we got the mission and I think he's gonna be distracted enough with us to give you a little bit more of time. A little bit more of time. So I hope you use it well for your own good, because we'll be doing our part, and please do yours.
Right. I don't really know what to say. Thank you. Regardless of your um,
You don't need to
motivations.
say it. It's alright. But again, please. I would hate for this town to get any more souls wandering there for something they regret later on their lives. And speaking of which, they looks at the party. I'm gonna grab the dishes, put them in the kitchen. I think I'm gonna need some fresh air because I think I might have overextended my social abilities for only one day, almost dying. So yeah, excuse me. Proceeds to grab kitchenware, go straight to the kitchen to wash everything off.
Lyria, as you enter the kitchen, you find that it's mostly dark at this time of night. The Dusty Dragon doesn't get too many visitors, and those who do come typically eat earlier in the day. At some point, Olgo's wife had gone home. All the candles back here are put out, so you take a little bit of time to light them. Set the dishes down. And before we go to you, Claude, Vex, Corvus, is there anything you would like to do?
Claude is standing near Olgo,
Yeah, Olgo is the owner.
and he's got his arms crossed at his chest, and he's frowning. I'm helping you because it's the right thing to do. But know that you shouldn't expect this kindness from me again, or anybody ever in the first place. You're incredibly lucky.
Olgo. Look. Like I said, I don't know what to say. You're doing me a big favor. I didn't expect help. I'm sorry. I didn't know this would happen. I didn't know this would happen while y'all were here. If... Oh, shit. Olgo
Maybe.
kind of walks back behind the bar, opens a bottle, or actually he'll open the same bottle that he served Pendor with, and take a huge drink out of it, set it down, cork still off. I did what I had to do. Do I regret some of it? Yeah. But I'm sure you've been there. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, even if you don't like it.
He has a point.
I promise I'll repay y'all somehow for your kindness. It really does mean a lot to see such kindness in the world, even when it's directed at someone as scummy as me.
Claude lets out an exasperated sigh. A single decision does not define you. You are not a terrible person for this, but you need to think your decisions through. You said you did this to keep your wife from starving. You very nearly made her a widow. What would she do then? If you have children, what would they do?
Look. Do you want me to explain the entire situation?
Claude just shakes his head. No. I'm doing my best to see to it that you are a better person for this. A single bad decision led to all of this. perhaps a lifetime of bad decisions led to all of this. This can be your turning point. Don't let this be where things go south again, where they plateau before getting worse. You seem a kind man. You wanted to spare us the trouble that you knew was coming. Hang on to ideals like that.
I'll do my best. Thank you. I believe your name was Claude?
He nods. Claude Case.
My name, I'm sure you've heard, is Olgo. Olgo Tone Top. Yeah, I'll put it in
But-
chat. And if you want in on this sweet action of knowing what the characters' names are and how to spell them, please join our Discord. Link in the description. God, English. Description below. Yeah, ads.
Claude offers him a smile and extends his hand.
Fucking
Despite
nailed
the
that.
circumstances, it's a pleasure to meet you, Olgo.
Pleasure to meet you too, Claude.
And
You
Claude is going to look to like Vex and Eve and see what they want to do.
Vex is just gonna tell Olgo, maybe next time, do not steal from anyone dwelling in forests.
Yeah, well, you're giving me this lecture 3 times now. I get it. I won't do it again.
They can be quite vengeful.
So I've seen.
I understand. I understand where you are coming from, though.
Olgo turns to Corvus. You got any words of wisdom for me too?
He sort of like shrugs his little arms under his cloak and just shinies, like trying to tell him like, I understand, I get you.
Olgo kind of shakes or nods his head, takes another sip of whiskey. I'm sorry, wine, and sets it down. Puts the cork back on it. Well, you all take your rooms. I already paid for after all. Get a good night's rest, and I'll have breakfast ready for you in the morning. Okay.
Claude will just nod and shuffle back to the room.
The room where the puppy is trapped.
Yeah, Corvus ain't going back there till somebody grabs that puppy.
Popping back over to Lirio in the kitchen, you can overhear the conversation bit by bit as it occurs. But you are in the dimly lit kitchen, pots and pans with a spattering of the evening's meals sit empty in a wash basin. A table in the back is covered in vegetables and meats, or dried meats, ready to be used in whatever the next day's meals would be. What is it you would like to do, Lirio?
Lario, he takes his cloak off because it's probably gonna get messy, and he places it somewhere, hangs it somewhere, and then he starts washing the dishes and looking around.
A few moments pass like this. As you get to about the second to last dish, you feel a cold chill enter the room. As if someone had opened a window for a little too long in the winter months.
takes a deep breath, looks to my. He looks it underneath him to his side. Does he spot anything?
You find a small ghost child. Transparent blue flickering in and out for a moment before finally coming to take permanent form here in the room. Its face belies no emotion as it stares up at you. Mr. Vessel, you're back.
Hi, good to see you again, child. And is there anyone is there a door closing the kitchen, or is it?
Yeah,
open?
there's the door is currently. If you wanted to close it, you could have shut it.
Proceeds to close it.
Yeah, we'll say you shut it when you entered the kitchen a while back.
But and then he crouches down, then he looks at the boy in the eyes. Okay, first off, what's your name?
My name. He thinks for a moment, as if he's forgotten it. Yara. It's Yara.
Yara. He grabs a white book and writes it down, puts it back. Okay, Yara. Hi, my name is Lario. Good to meet you. But before we get to your problem, I need to know something. You identified me as a vessel, correct?
Yes. I know what you are, and I know of your steeds, your ash steeds.
Okay, how did you know that when you were dead or when you were alive?
When I passed away.
How did you come up with this information? Did you have anyone trying to help you before?
A centaur, a cleric. He helped me. Was trying to help me pass on, but for some reason, I was not ready. They wouldn't let me on the ash steed. They wouldn't let me go to the afterlife.
Oh boy. Lyra stops for a moment, starts thinking, How long since you died?
6 months, maybe more.
Oh! How long have you been wandering without the centaur?
A month or two.
Well, that's not... okay. So far as he was trying to help you, did he notice anything weird? Like he said, I don't know, he said something like, oh, you're so, aside from not being ready, he said, did he say, oh, there's something wrong, maybe there's something unfinished? Like, did he say anything else that, any other information that can help me help you, that he gave?
He said my situation was peculiar. That part of me was stuck somewhere else. And that until I'm whole again, I can't go.
I suppose you have no idea where this other thing could be then?
He said he was going to some big city up north. And that part of me was there.
On the north. Okay. I know this can sound a bit harsh and all, but question, how old does this child look like?
Early teens, 10, 13, somewhere around there.
Okay. I know this is a touchy subject, but this might help me understand your situation. How did you die? Do you know?
Yeah, I know.
Could you please tell me?
My father. His name. All so fading now.
Deep breaths. It's okay. No rush. I'm here.
His name was Davrick.
Davrick?
Solomir.
Davrak Solomir. Do I have any
He's-
idea who this guy is?
Make a history check.
Okay, let's see how bad this goes this time. With the power of the dice bot, I summon a 18!
You've heard before that Davrik Solomir is the Horsemaster of Bellsheer.
Oh! Oh! Like the child sees Lyra stand up for a moment, put a hand on his chin, and then look at some notes on his books, and then aha! Oh! Wait. So. Okay, I know who your father is now, but what does he have to do with your death?
My father. We were riding horses out in the fields. When I dismounted, I wanted to check something out. I walked behind a pair of rocks, and something spooked the horses. I was pinned between the rocks, and the horse crushed me. It didn't mean to. It just happened.
I see. Do you remember anything afterwards? Specific, like, did you see a light? Did you feel too much cold? Did you hear voices?
I remember becoming a spirit quickly. I remember stepping out of my body and watching my father cry over my corpse.
Sorry, continue.
I remember not being able to cry. I remember him leaving and feeling lonely. Then the men coming to bury my body. Then I was back in town. I don't know how I got there. I remember seeing some big statue and what are they called? The four-wheeled vehicles. The new ones. Meatefs. Yes, I remember them rolling through town. Somewhere where there's large stone slates for flooring. Somewhere that I've never been, but somehow was there. The centaur. He told me that was normal, that with my spirit in one place I would sometimes see wherever it was. But
hang on for a moment. How did you meet him?
when I was in town, after I'd woken up a few days after, a steed came to me. And I knew I was to mount it if I wanted to go to the afterlife. But it was like there was a barrier in my way. And a few days later, he showed up, saying that he was here to help me find my way.
I see. Did he try any kind of method on you to help you find the other piece or send you to the afterlife that you remind of? Like, I don't know, using a book, trying to use another holy connection, trying to call the steed again, calling a different one.
We tried the steed a couple more times, but it took a little bit of doing for him to find out that my soul was in a separate place. A part of my soul was in a separate place, and that he would have to free me first before I could leave.
I see. When you died, did you already feel like something was missing from you? I mean, aside from your body and the tears?
No. Not that I noticed.
Do you feel anything different now?
I feel empty. I feel cold.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
I feel like there's something deep inside of me. And I don't think it's good.
What do you mean? Do you feel anger, Sadness, sorrow.
Yeah, anger. Sometimes when I see other boys my age with their dad, or anyone walking the streets, sometimes I just get so mad that I can't be with them. That I can't do that. That unless they're a vessel, they can't even see me.
Well,
And it makes me scared.
well, it's a good thing you found me. I do have to say, I'm concerned it took you that long to find me. You should have found someone like me way time before. But I guess that just goes to show how in trouble we are. But, okay. So somehow a part of you, of your soul, or whatever it is that's connecting you still to this plane is up in the north. And according to the centaur and his research so far, if we go there and find said thing and connect you back, the steed will take you.
Yes, that's the extent of it, I do believe.
I see. Well, usually I'm not the one who gets to deal with this because most of my brethren deal with this first when I can take the job or no, but I will do my best to help you. And I promise, as long as I'm in control of the situation, and as long as I'm still walking and breathing in here, I will help you get back to, well, not get back, but I'll help you pass on, and I'll be here for you. And if you need someone to talk, you now have a very, very big friend, okay? And he extends a finger to him.
The boy reaches out, but his hand just passes through. Thank you very much. There's one other thing you should know.
Lyria looks a bit concerned because it's deep breath and up. All right, go on.
There's someone hunting me.
Excuse me, what?
They're trying to get rid of a spirit in the city, and they're trying to do it, and they're trying to kill me again.
Oh no. Are they looking for a specific spirit and they're mistaking you for it? Or are they specifically after you?
I don't know. They wear an odd patch, and sometimes tabard, um, like a sunburst, with a sword crossed through it. They call themselves the Crone Rock Watch.
Do I know that? Do I have
Make
any
a history
idea?
check.
Oh joy. Okay, let's see how fat this goes for the power of the 1d20. I summon a 12.
Here, blah. There we go.
I got the
Edge.
12.
You remember hearing some stories about a heroic group in the north, mostly retired paladins and clerics, who are searching for hags, witches, ghosts, anything supernatural that threatens the peace of the land and deals with it. Sometimes through force, sometimes through other means.
I see. So, I guess we might have a bit of a problem because these guys apparently know what they do. And if they're after you and someone in specific, we might have a problem, so... You told me you need to go somewhere in the north. Is there a city in specific or something like that?
The centaur never told me. He just said it was somewhere big up north. He was scared that if I knew that I would follow him and get myself dispersed.
Wait. Follow him. So is he going to this place?
Yeah, he's already been gone 2 months now.
L'Oreal walks aside for a bit away from the child. He grabs his head and then he muffles his breath. This guy's being more of a pain than I thought he would be. And then he turns back to the kid and then he kneels down again. Alright, so have you seen this person after you recently?
No, I haven't seen any of the watch.
I see. Well, as a vessel, I may give or not them a bit of concern considering my aura or whatever they see in me. But I believe your aura, quote unquote, might be stronger than mine for them to see. So, maybe you could tether yourself to me or something like that. Possess, I don't know, but something for me to hide you, to carry you, because I need to keep an eye on you. You need to stay close to me, and I would hate for us to be separated. As I don't think I will see any of my brethren here enough to pass you to them, because, let's be honest, I'm not the most competent of us, but I might be the only hope you have for now, and I want to hide on our chances.
The boy kind of looks at you for a moment. I don't know how to use my abilities as a ghost. I don't know how to learn it. I know they're supposed to be magical and that I'm supposed to have some say over the world as a whole and that I can move things a little bit, but I can't.
Goose, would I be able to help him in this regard, considering my background?
You can
Would I be
certainly
able to-
try.
Okay, I think I can try and help you. Maybe for the time being, we can focus on helping you. Maybe try to learn how to possess someone, so in any case, you stay tethered within me, so I can keep you safe and hide whatever aura you're giving to the guys. But that might take a while, and if you want, we can already start practicing tonight, but I'm gonna try my best to help you, but I need you to cooperate. Alright?
Okay. Make an Arcana check
Oh, this is gonna go well.
to see if you can teach the boy how to ghost. You do have advantage on this.
Oh, great! But just because this spot, I'm really scared of him, Lyra just, he looks at his reflection upon the water of the dishwash, and then he just, like, gives him a few pats on the face, like, okay, it's been a while, you're a bit rusty, but you gotta do this, there's a child depending on you. And may I give myself bardic inspiration, please?
You may.
Yay! Okay, so that's up to 2. Okay, let's see, I'm dicey dice, so that's...
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Inspiration.
I can't do music stick, aww. But okay, and I'm the bard. Oh, the cruelty of copyright. But okay, the first roll, it's a... First roll is a 12. The second roll, it is a... I'm taking the 12, and I'm gonna roll the 1d6. I got a total of 14! Yeah! The dice doesn't like me.
So, you're not perfect, you're definitely rusty, but you're at least average knowledge for your group. You start to tell the boy how he can possess something, and you can feel it as the power grows within him, that his form becomes a little bit less shaky. But he still is unable to possess anything. He can't even move a vegetable off the table.
How much
It
time
seems
has
that it's not
passed?
a level of ability for the boy, but more of a impossibility. That for some
Ew.
reason something's keeping him from doing this.
How much time has passed since we started doing this?
About an hour, so it's close to 10 in the evening.
Hmm. Well, that's a bit of an improvement, but I see we have a problem here. Maybe the fact that you're missing something doesn't let you completely ghost, I think. Hmm. I'm trying to think of something else here. Can I roll to see if I can see another option that
Yeah,
maybe help the situation?
Make me a flat wisdom save.
A wisdom save?
Yeah.
Oh!
Or wisdom check, rather.
Oh, good. A wisdom check. That's gonna end well, as usual.
If intelligence fails,
That
be
was,
wise.
that was wisdom is I got a total of 7.
Nothing comes to mind.
Lyra he gives a big stretch and yawns a bit. I think I dealt with too much stuff today. I don't know exactly another option I can give you now, or we can train, but aside from the guys hunting you, do you believe you have another thing rushing our time to get you to whatever you need to be?
No. Not that I know of.
Okay, those are good news. So, for a moment I thought about making myself look unholier than you, because if anything, maybe I could try to look worse than you, so whoever's coming, they focus on me instead of you, but I don't know exactly how to do that. But it's one of the things I can think for now. I'm sorry, kid, I'm just a bit tired. It's been a rough day, and tomorrow's probably gonna be worse.
It's okay. I
Don't
understand that it's not easy.
It's not, but it's my job. I was created for this, and I'll go to the end of the earth to help you get there. Okay? So we're gonna work together, and everything's gonna turn well, alright?
Okay. I trust you.
Good. But for now, try to keep following us, and he takes a look at the room and looks back at the kid. Has any cleric ever sensed your presence aside from the centaur? Have you ever noticed a cleric turning your head to your specific location?
I don't know.
Alright, so I'm telling you this because currently I am kind of connected to a bunch of fellow travelers, and one of them includes a cleric. I don't think he would bring any harm to you if I came in the way, but he can be quite unpredictable and away from my control. So, you're gonna follow us, stay with me, but until we are sure of how much he can see and if we're actually able to help you be more discreet, stay a bit far away from us, but still follow, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Alright. So, I mean, you could stay close to our room or something like that, but for now I think I need a bit of a rest, and I need to check up on another child of mine, so to say. And who would know, maybe one day I can train him for him to also see ghosts, and maybe you guys can be friends.
Maybe. I like your dog.
He's a good boy. He's learning. But okay. And then he stands up and he grabs his cloak again, puts it on. He probably just stashed some of the leftover dishes. He's not in the patience to wash all of it. Alright, Yara. Right? Yara?
Yeah.
Alright, please excuse me, my memory can be a bit shaky. I won't forget you, but I may forget your name, so please have a bit patient with me, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna go rest, and we're probably leaving tomorrow. And you're probably gonna see a lot of combat, and if things get too grisly, please, turn your head away because there might be blood and people getting hurt, and I don't think you deserve to see these kinds of things, okay?
Okay.
Alright.
Mr. Lirio, was it?
Yes, you can call me Lario. Just Lario. We'll do just fine. Okay?
Can I call you something else?
Do you want to call me something else?
Can I call you Big Brother?
Lario stops for a moment, and then he looks at the boy and gives him a little smile. Huh. That's a title I thought I would never have. You want to know a secret?
Yes. I can keep secrets. I can't tell anyone anyways.
Ah, yes. The pleasures of being dead. No one can guard your history unless they say so. But, I am the little brother of my group. I don't think I would ever think of being someone else's big brother.
Oh,
So that's
that's neat. He says, not really certain what that means.
It's just I'm flustered with the title. I'm happy. I'm happy. It's a very nice title. But okay. So how about we both go to rest and then we see how things go tomorrow.
Okay.
Alright.
Good night, Lirio. Big Brother.
Good night, little brother. Excuse me. And then he makes his way to the room. How's everyone doing?
At this point, Corvus is probably still just like staked outside of the room, like huddled up in his cloak, waiting for you to come back because he does not want to deal with the puppy.
Oh, Corvus, are you okay?
He mimics the sound of the dog like yipping, just
Oh, so the puppy's causing you a problem. I don't know what got into him. I'm really sorry. Okay.
he sort of like
stand
waves
back.
his hands as if to say like it's not you, but also like he doesn't want to go in still.
If you want, if the puppy's too much trouble, you could go with the others and sleep with them and maybe change place with one of them.
Again, he sort of just shrugs. He doesn't really have a way to like convey that he would like to switch rooms with them, so he's kind of stuck wherever he's put.
Okay. So, I suggest you step aside for a bit. He gives a deep breath and slowly creaks the door open. Hello?
Did everybody die?
Oh no!
I mean, unless we're all sleeping in the same room, we're not in there. So
Here's with Veep and you're with Claude.
Vex
I
is.
think Claude and Vex are just homies, and they just went to their respective beds and just jumped into them and went to sleep.
All right.
Yes, a decent bed.
Yeah.
My internet.
Oh no.
Oh no, it chose violence before we did.
Can't hear you, buddy.
Hello.
Hello.
But there you
Sorry,
see
everyone
it.
watching at home.
Technical difficulties, but we live.
No sorries, only continue.
Lyria creaks the door open to check the monster inside.
The puppy has scratched against the door a little bit, leaving small marks against the wood grain. But as soon as you open the door, it turns to you, eyes go wide, mouth open, tongue out, ears flapped on your knee. It just jumping on you.
Oh,
He gives a couple of small yips.
did you miss me, boy?
A wet tongue on your thigh tells you all you need to know.
Oh. He holds the puppy on his hand. All right, I'm back here. I'm not leaving soon, but then he holds the puppy close to Corvus. You don't jump on Uncle Auntie Corvus. You don't do that, okay? They don't like.
The second the puppy is like held out to him, he backs up and he's just arms up like, nope, don't want that. But then he takes a moment and he digs into one of his tiny little pockets on the inside of his cloak, and he finds a ribbon, and he ties it around the puppy's neck like a leash and hands that to Lirio, and then walks to the other side of the room.
As you tie the ribbon around his neck, the puppy takes a few nibbles out of your finger.
Just a nervous squawk as he like runs to the other side of the room.
What is it, Coin? Does it taste like chicken?
Oh.
What color is the ribbon?
Red. We'll go with red.
Oh. But yeah, Lirio places his cloak also on the side, and then he holds Puppy in the lap, and then he looks at Corvus. So, quite the first impression of us, huh? Do you still want to stay with us and do the mission?
He takes a moment to think, because there's not many things he can say without having heard them pretty recently. Before he sort of like shrugs again, because he's not a very picky bird. He's really not. But
I see.
he sort of points at himself again and repeats, "Ugly little thing," and then points back and says, like, points at Lirio and says, "Friend." Very much so in question.
What? Oh, the little guy, his friend, he's just a puppy. He doesn't know better. He
He
doesn't
shakes
even know
his
how to
head at
talk.
He shakes his head and points more directly at you.
Oh?
Friend?
Oh, yes, I would love to be your friend if you would like to have me. You seem very nice.
He gives a little coo before nodding and repeating what you had said earlier, which is, would like to follow. Would like to keep following.
Oh, do you know how to write?
He nods.
Lirio grabs another spare book in his bag. He has a lot of them. And then he hands it to B, along with a pen. If you ever need to communicate and you don't have the words, you can write them. And if you ever wish, I would love to help you expand your voice library. I wouldn't mind.
He nods, like, profusely, like, just up and down, up and down, up and down, like, yes, please, please give me that.
The power of communication through text. But he takes a look at the puppy. Does he look tired?
No. The puppy looks energized and ready to go. Every time you're not actively holding him down, he is licking some part of you.
Oh, how about you go to sleep, Corvus? I'm gonna see if I can charge this little guy so he sleep and doesn't bother you while you rest. How about it?
He nods and just kind of, like, tucks himself off to the side, like, okay, well.
Lura just takes a look at the puppy, holds him up. Huh. So, technically, I became a dad and a big brother almost on the same spare time of days, huh?
Woo!
Yep, I can't wait to hear you talk, little buddy. We're gonna be good friends. I'm gonna keep you fed. We're gonna have a lot of adventures together. You're gonna be happy, I promise, and you'll never go hungry again or hopefully lost, and I hope you don't go wandering on your own, okay?
Dog just kind of breathes heavily. Just
So, Larry experiencing being a father now. Time to stay awake until the baby goes to sleep. But pretty much that.
So as everyone winds down and gets ready for bed, around 11 p.m. is when everyone finds their way to bed and Coin calms down.
Oh, thank God.
Corvus, without the need for sleep, just finds a corner and rolls up into it. Claude and Vex lay out onto a bed, and Lirio follows suit. The party will wake up just after sunrise on a crisp morning. But before that, we are going to take a little break. Thank you for joining us, everyone, and we'll be right back.
What? What's wrong?
I hope Lulu has cut the recording.
Lulu, can you
It's
confirm
okay.
or deny it?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'd be fine one way or another. He can cut this. He's really good at
Yeah.
cutting things.
Yeah.
I mean, he is. But careful, because you're giving him audio for him to tamper with. That he can use it later.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll just give him some
Yes.
shit that he can put on a shirt.
You know how to make the
Ooh.
design for that, right?
I have to stuff raisins in my cheeks. Give me a second.
Why?
Because I'm hungry.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Feast, young one.
I'm gonna go grab some chicken noodle soup, which is entirely why I had a break. Because I'm hungry.
Oh.
I haven't
Oh,
eaten
yeah.
since before noon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fantasy Driven. Unfortunately, this is where we're going to end the episode due to time constraints between the players and myself. I just started a new job. I'm really tired, and so we're going to end it a little bit early for my health and everyone else's. Thank you all for joining us. We're Fantasy Driven, and we hope you are too. We'll be here longer next time. Bye. Have a good evening, or whatever time it is.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.